Hi everyone, it's Celia. I had a very busy summer and fall semester, so here I am presenting a vlog that I recorded back in June. I admit, I was pretty greedy balancing both research and an internship, and I don't even have a car. But I knew that my time management and forward planning skills would carry me through. So please don't try this unless you want to end up on r/overemployed. Also, sorry that the vlog style kind of fluctuates throughout, occasionally becomes unhinged, and I think I even recorded some voiceover when my nose is stuffy. Well, enjoy! Hello and good morning. We are heading to my internship, but I accidentally missed the closer bus stop, so now I'm forced to walk across campus in this brutal heat. First thing I'm doing is package duty, but what's these huge boxes? Wow, looks like the snacks have come in. Watch me stock up the fridge with all these LaCroix flavors. Why the other employees here like LaCroix so much I can only wonder, since sparkling water is not my thing, but organizing this is so satisfying. Snack cabinet gets a fresh makeover as well. We got mac and cheeses, oatmeal cream sandwich cookies, fun pea pop chips, fruit bars, and assorted pita chips. Yay, all done. Now let's see what else came in. Yeah, thanks manager for getting me a stool. As a vertically challenged human, I guess this is the only way to prevent possible workplace injuries. And for the last package, we have ourselves a tripod! So my role actually involves filming my testing procedure for future training purposes, so I'm using this content for this vlog. I'm running some various kinds of quality tests and analyzing the data to make sure the devices are performing up to par. The testing equipment and setup kind of reminds me of chemistry lab. Very thankful my part-time internship hours are quite flexible, because I'm dipping at noon and walking to catch the bus when it's so freaking hot outside. Enjoyed some pita chips on the ride back, and made it in time to attend a leadership meeting with our advisor for the hop. But more importantly, she drove us to Wicked Sisters in Hamden to enjoy some delicious lunch together. We ordered a creamy mac and cheese for the appetizer, and I also got an incredibly filling and satisfying sandwich plate, sending our gratitudes to the university for covering our meal. After getting back to campus, I dropped into Hackerman Hall for a research meeting with my postdoc mentor. Took a lovely stroll home in the sunshine. Made it back just in time for a quick Zoom meeting, and promptly passed out. But then my friend barged in with a pot of homemade pizza sauce, and I was awake. We are doing pizza night, so on my overnight dough, we made traditional margarita, and also tried some unique combos like pesto grilled chicken and pineapple air-fried breaded chicken. Although the flavor combos are perfect, the dough base was
failure.
Very failure.
When I prepped the pizza dough the night before, I noticed the yeast I was using was more than a year expired, and decided it would be smart enough to just dump in 3 times the amount on the recipe.
The pesto makes it taste better, like it makes up for it.
Well, even 3 times the recommended amount of yeast wouldn't save the fact that all the yeast are dead.
I'm gonna burn my hand for this, but you see this? This is like uncooked. Completely uncooked right there.
You know what you can do? You can cut them up into like smaller chunks and then throw them into the air fryer
Enjoying
and
it.
not call it a pizza.
I like him.
Thus, the dense dough refused to bake, and we were still eating lasagna even after annihilating the pizza for half an hour at 500 degrees. If you want a description, it was kind of having the texture of a lemon bar. Definitely not the mouthfeel of the crunchy pizza we expected, but we were all so hungry, we still ate it. This is Tuesday of going to the office. See, now I'm curious about the LaCroix because I know I don't like sparkling water, but coconut just sounds so delightful! Yeah, nah, still won't drink LaCroix even if I just walked across the literal Sahara Desert to get to work this morning. Starting out the day on the couch with some laptop work, with an oatmeal cream cookie. And then I began running some tests. Then I worked on some editing for the test protocol videos. And I'm yet again leaving at noon, trekking in the peak of heat to catch a bus back to campus. There was a bit of time before the planned meetup time, so I quickly popped by Clark Hall to check on some perhaps patent-pending 3D prints for my design team project. Dr. Brown drove us in a hot van to the venue at the Four Seasons Hotel in Inner Harbor. My research lab is participating in a little outreach event with Camp Emor, a summer experience for children with cancer and their siblings. The Spider-Man and Thanos-themed prosthetic hands developed by my talented lab mates were really cool, and representatives from the Intuitive Computing Lab also shared their fluffy and storytelling creations.
It's very loud here, so you can't hear it.
Yeah. I had my own personal project to share, a system of 3D printed modular blocks designed specifically for young kids to learn programming and electronics in a simple and fun way.
Although I did go through like apparently.
Back at the lab, I helped pilot a user study my lab mate was running. But by evening, I was starving after missing my chance to have lunch earlier. So I quickly cooked up a chicken taco and wrapped up the night with some research work. Really feeling the Hawaii theme today with that burning sun. As I arrived, there was some mysterious brown liquid dripping from the ceiling, but we later identified it as spilled coffee from the office upstairs. Then my coworkers arrived at the office with a snack for me. The matcha latte and cookie were terrific. But it couldn't beat working on the couch with an adorable napping Dachshund corn. It's the third day in a row I'm leaving the office at noon, but this time I missed the bus. Ended up having to call a Lyft to make it back in time for lab meeting. While I enjoyed leftovers from Monday's lunch, we went over everyone's research and life updates. Then watched two of our senior members give a talk about the rehabilitation conference they attended in Spain a few weeks ago. My postdoc mentor and I discussed some code for my project, and then it was time for me to head to Mud Atrium, where I planned to meet up with my friends so we could catch up and talk about a project I had in mind. A little souvenir and knowledge exchange later, I'm off to the gym, ready to teach Zumba. When I returned home, I had to jump straight into the Teams meeting for the hop, but there was still time for a quick dinner before a virtual movie night with my best friend. Thursday morning errands include restocking the milk powder at one of our vending machines. Well, the newest version of our device was rather unsatisfactory. Now I'll be spending my morning at the lab to work on perfecting the eye tracking calibration sequence for my upcoming user study. As I leave for my internship this afternoon, I'll pick up the Chipotle bowl I ordered. Eating it on the bus. Today I'm doing more testing, getting weirdly good at pouring 195 grams of hot water exactly. fully Pavlov trained on that sparkle alarm sound. Leaving for the day, it was a bit puddly, and due to the timing, I had to walk to a slightly farther bus stop. Luckily, it stopped raining, but then I was so dumb. I was standing on the wrong side of the road and ended up missing the bus. So instead of waiting another who knows how long, I decided to call a Lyft. There goes half an hour of my paycheck. Now let's get productive. I came here to work on some hardware for another project too. It's now 8 p.m. and wow, it's still so bright outside since it's summer. I'm very lazy to cook, so I'll just make some chicken breast with random seasoning. Not pre-marinated or anything, but still pretty delicious. Ate that while planning for an outing to DC on Sunday. All of you Type A people out there can probably relate. Figuring out where to go, how long to spend at each place, and optimizing the routes to avoid spending too much on transportation. Friday, I woke up a little earlier than usual, so I decided to take an earlier bus to work as well. Let's have ourselves a little mac and cheese breakfast. My mom never let me have these when I was younger, so this is the time to try it. It looks okay, but let's see how it tastes. Not bad, but very salty. Then I deposit myself back in the lab to work on more testing. Met with one of my supervisors so she could show me how to conduct what we were calling a skin test. And enjoyed the other chicken breast that I prepared last night. On Fridays, we have our all-team meeting where we check in about what everyone worked on throughout the week and give kudos to each other. Oh, Corn, you're the cutest! Alright, now back to testing. Now, as a seasoned intern in my second week, I've improved the technique by pulling up a comfier chair and wearing AirPods to better hear the alarm cues and solve the noise. I designed this cute little stand for the new skin test, and since we don't have a regular PLA 3D printer here at Kubanda, I'm walking back to Hawkins campus and taking advantage of the 3D printers we have in the design studio to bring alive my prototype. Started the print and did some work in the studio while I waited an hour for the print to be done. Yay! Luckily it seems to be working nicely first try. This is a stand to hold a pair of thermocouples on top of each other and allow easy height adjustment. I even added the Kubanda logo for extra flair. It started raining again. I'm not sure if you can see it well in this video, but here I'm heading to the gym. Guess what machine I'm using right now? It's the oblique ab training. I have a habit of looking around while working out, and sometimes it gets awkward and I accidentally lock eye contact with other people. And now for the shoulder presses. I think I do them kind of wrong because I only have strength when I'm gripping on the ends. Ending with some squats. I love goofing off with my friends in the weekly breakdancing session.
What hands are you touching?
Well, we were trying to practice baby freeze, shoulder freeze, and other moves. Can't say I'm great at this. I think I'd even make dinner because all I can find in my photo album now is a video of me working on preparing a video for research while watching a mukbang. Saturday laundry, and while waiting for the washer and dryer, I was editing a video for my channel. It's the one I uploaded right before this one. Loved watching this educational Romanian dance for sorting algorithms. And here's my very cheesy exploded chicken quesadilla for lunch. Okay, now I'll head to my research lab to work on some eye tracking tests. We're located over here in this tunnel. The tracking is not working very well and keeps jumping everywhere. Alright, it's time to leave and meet up with my friend to go climbing. This is Movement's hand-in location, where members are allowed to bring a friend for free once per month. For dinner, I made another exploded quesadilla, this time with Parmesan. I video chatted with some friends who were currently in different states. And then I've worked on filming and editing my YouTube video. It's finally Sunday, so Katie and I are taking a trip to DC. And what do you mean you've been a student here for 2 years and still haven't gone to DC? It was so sunny today, the two of us love walking.
It's pretty.
So we enjoyed our vitamin D before hitting up Call Your Mother. Which I almost did, because we ordered multiple things and each one came out just as enticing and delicious as the pictures on their social media. We even filmed a review for the mother of the club we were both members of, since she was the one who first recommended this place. After brunch, the next stop was the Natural History Museum.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Of course, it's a must for Katie's first time here. We saw the newest Lights Out exhibit and stopped by the gift shop to buy nothing, of course.
Turn around.
The cell phone exhibit was also new, but the animals of the past and present is timeless and worth it to see again and again. The museum is free admission anyway, what am I saying? On a hot day, the best thing to do is find some cold gelato. Loki forgot what flavors these are since I'm editing this video 6 months later, but based on the menu, I think we got dark chocolate fudge, black and white cookie batter, and blueberry lemon thyme.
I'm gonna try dark chocolate too.
So for our next stop, I recommended the National Botanic Garden. It was relaxing to explore various plants and breathe in the greenery.
Oh my god, this is so cute. Okay, Loki, this is my field because it's like plants as medicine. Yeah. I love it.
But it was still pretty warm inside, and you can literally see how red my face was getting. Botanic gardens always trick me into becoming a plant person for 45 minutes. I'll be looking at these cacti, thinking about how nice it would be to live with some on my desk. The wiser side of me knows I can never keep any of these plants alive at home. As we walked to our next stop, we saw the Washington Monument, the White House, and a very blue and very large chicken. This is SICE, the building for Johns Hopkins School of Advanced International Studies that opened in 2023, so the interior is very modern. Walking toward
Chinatown.
we ordered takeout from Momiji and went across the street to the Marriott to wait. This was the end of our trip, and we were exhausted from all the walking and adventure. I hit over 31,000 steps and fell asleep on the train ride.
The after trip ride.
Found a place on campus to enjoy dinner. We ordered various rolls, and they turned out pretty much as expected. Nothing surprising for takeout sushi. I was still craving something sweet, so at home I pulled out some frozen strawberries for dessert. The night ended with me working on my YouTube video, playing games with some friends on Discord.
I can't. I'm stupid. Oh my god. Help.
I'm finishing it off with Scuffed Uno. And that was my week.